Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as See My Shell. I'm an avid Munzee player and I'm here to explore the game further.
Each week, we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world just what is coming your way.
So sit back, relax, have your coffee, drive your car, whatever you need to do. Today is busy. We're talking clan squirrels, cupcake ingredients, the New Dawn Festival. Rob, what are you doing to us, mate, on this July the 1st? I'll let you know now, Rob. I'm speaking on behalf of every player too. It's overwhelming. There's a lot going on, mate. A lot.
Hey, you should be behind the scenes trying to figure out what we're going to do. I mean, we are running around like a bunch of squirrels, which, you know, I enjoy squirrels. So I think that was the reason that I brought that specific one out. But yes, hello and welcome to July. In case everyone doesn't know, July is Munzee's birthday month and we go completely crazy. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we have a lot going on this month.
Exactly. What else have you been doing the last week, mate? And just this?
I wrote chillin' on the notes, but you know that's not even close to what's been going on. Literally working all the time on all kinds of crazy new stuff coming out. And I'm really excited about the month. And then something hit me earlier today. It's Wednesday when we record. And I launched a new channel on Discord that is a player giveaway section. So players can actually run real giveaways on Discord. Yeah, man. So you'll have to players check it out. Yeah.
Players can run their giveaways. Like I've done in the past in the POIs placements and stuff as well. That's pretty cool. Now, Rob, for those of people out there with regards to, you know, I'm not downloading another app and what's this Discord, blah, blah. You don't have to do this, people. This is just another avenue to people to socialize and stuff and go from there as well. So, yeah, you don't have to have Discord. You're not missing out, really, let's be honest. But those who do have Discord, check out the Discord and Rob's new
player-owned giveaways. Yeah, player-hosted, yeah.
PHG, there you go, PHG for sure. Very good, man. Well, if you don't know, I'm actually in Montreal. So, what do they say?
Montreal, eh?
No, it's all French here. It's all French.
Oh, I don't know how to say
99.9% French. Bonjour. That's what I say, bonjour. So I've been here now for a few days and loving my travel, mate, loving it being here. However, again, everyone knows this because, Barb, you're listening out there, you love me saying this, I'm a player first. Actually, I'm only a player, to be honest with you. And that is that the physical Munzee's here, you know, in the little hint section. Yeah. And I'm in the middle of a city. You know, and so they have to be hidden well. And so you go straight to the actual hint section itself. Now, all the hints here are in French. And so I can't speak French. And so I'm trying to sort of double click and then copy and then translate. And there's no way for me to do that yet, mate. What's going on with the translations?
I got a text from somebody about that the other day, and I thought you could. So that's an interesting little piece that probably would be helpful to more than just one person out there in the world.
Exactly. So that may be coming up, I dare say, after July's birthday month is finished because we don't want to do anything else to you guys and your brains. Yeah. Meanwhile, Rob, I did go live as well on the Munzee account, drawing the winners for the Munzee Monthly Moments. Now, those people listening, I have to apologize. I was and still am in a hotel and hotel Wi-Fi. So the audio wasn't that good. You know, it wasn't my normal audio, Rob. You know, that I'm very proud of. It was terrible audio. So I do apologize. All you have to do is go to the Cupazee app itself and you will find the Munzee Monthly Moments link in there, and you can see in the description what you have to do. And all it is, Rob, is find a Munzee that's animal related or around animals or both. That's all it is. So it's in light of the squirrel, Rob. The squirrel.
So Sue's going to have her husband wear a squirrel costume and Kappa Munzee. Cool.
No, she's already put hers in. Hers is on TikTok, already done and submitted and approved.
Perfect.
She did a cow Munzee, and it was near a goat farm. So there you go. So that was pretty cool. Good done. Good job, Munros. All right, Rob, let's get into this. Anyway, events last weekend, we only had one in Massachusetts, and around the world we had Holland, Luxembourg, and ACT. Did you want to do the leaderboards?
Yeah, leaderboards on Friday. Jaroslav Kos with 178,000, Gnome 5, 173,000, and Jack Sparrow, 150,000.
On Saturday, we had the big man himself, W. Helen, on 243,000 points, Coalcracker 7 on 165,000, and Sea Rays 2 on 159,000.
Sunday, wheeling again, 252,000, Schmitz Fam 4, 144,000, and Jack Sparrow, 139,000.
I was just thinking, Rob, last week on the podcast, we spoke about Humbird 7 getting on the leaderboard again, you see, and W. Helen wasn't. Yeah. I wonder if that inspired him just a little bit to go, you know what, I've got to get back out there again to keep his crown.
I bet it did.
All right, mate. The event's coming up this weekend because, as we know, Clan Wars has started. So in the USA, we have California, Missouri, Indiana, Massachusetts, and North Carolina around the world.
Ontario, Canada, Japan. The UK, we've got a couple, 3 times in Germany, Finland, Denmark, New South Wales, and Western Australia.
Yeah, down in Australia. Look at that. Western Australia's got an event now as well.
I mean, okay, so Lou was actually really excited to see that this person has come back to host again. This is like one of her all-time, long ago. We met the host, I couldn't even tell you, 7-8 years ago. And really cool to see this person come back in. So look forward to it out there.
Make sure people do deploy all your cards and temp verts, and also, as we said last week, deploy the brand new light mysteries, because you've got chances to gain extra credit cards and stuff as well. So absolutely deploy all you can on these events. And also a big shout out as well to Sarah Kobaziziziziziziz, as PJ likes to say, because they're hosting again in Japan. So that's really cool to see a few events in the past sort of few months in Japan as well, which is awesome. All right, large events coming up on July 6th. Ontario, Canada is 27. Also, there's Derby, UK, which is 27 as well. So that's in July 6th. On July 13th, Rob?
Well, on July 13th, we've got one in Suffolk, in England, 27 so far, and it's actually the Sloth Girls birthday party event. So it's a good reason for players to get out there, check that out.
Yes. And she's having a birthday event because it's cake. So there you go.
Perfect. I mean, she's going to get cake in the app. She's hopefully going to eat some cake too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the next day on July 14th, over there in Ohio, so Fairfield, Ohio, there are 2 events, and they're showing at 32 and 35 right now.
That's really cool. And now, Wasion apparently is how you're supposed to say it. Wasion. I've got message Rob throughout the week. So Wasion in Ohio is on July 26th. I'm going to be there, and it's the day before the Midwest Geobash. So far, there's 28 people there as well. Now, as we said before, if you're hosting an event, reach out. But meanwhile, Rob, you can use the tabs and the filters inside the app itself to see which is the large events that's going on from there. Also, you put a thing on today saying on Facebook saying about the pink circle around the event. So if you want to see which events are the official birthday events, they're circled around with pink. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's due to one of those enchanted ingredients that we're going to talk about in a minute. People needed to know, how can I tell which ones are the official birthday month events? Well, here it is.
Very good. Well, let's get into this week, Rob, because there's lots coming up. Firstly, the July MunzPaks were out. They were released. There was a new Norse Zodiac and also a cake recipe card as well. So get your July MunzPaks now if you haven't already. So there you go. What else do we have?
Let's see. So we kicked off a birthday sale, and we also announced what the theme of the month is. And so it's our 13th birthday, and that's sort of a fresh start on life for lots of people. When you're a teenager, it's a change from being a kid into like, hey, here we go, moving on. We've also launched Cappy. We've done quite a few new things in the app recently. And so we've gone with a new theme, and what we have also written is the new annual celebration, the New Dawn Festival, which will kick off in July each year. So so we've got a 15% discount on select group of products right now. That's got magnets and blasts and a couple of other consumables in it. Possible that some other things may rotate in there. So watch that little group. We've also got a New Dawn Festival Universal. So the Universal is back, another of those. So just in case anyone missed out on that Scrap Wars one and you really now think, maybe I should have picked one up, there's a new one. Let's see, we've got all the bouncers and mechs back in the store. We put all the secret Zeops, which you love, back in the in-app store. So look for those. If you haven't done them, they will be there. If you have completed them, then obviously they're not. And one more thing, we've got a bonus Glass Guardian for the Streakers. As you
that's right. Yeah, I wrote
that. So yeah, we've got that bonus Glass Guardian. We've done that each year where for those people who are trying to get the permanent one at the end of the year, and maybe you're new and you're just coming in, well, this is an opportunity to get another, and those reduce in price by $1 each month. So it comes in at $6.
Rob, I nearly sent in a support ticket because I saw that all secret Zeops are back, et cetera, et cetera. So I went to my app straight away because, I love them, and I didn't have any in there.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, hang on, there's not a new secret Zeops. It's all the old ones are back for those of you who haven't done them and would like to do them. And I'll tell you now, they are 100% worth it. You get those bouncers all the time coming through, and the mech bouncers, and 100% worth it. So if you haven't done your secret Zeops, get them now, and also everything else as well. Meanwhile, the clan war requirements come out, Rob. Now, I know you, and you advertise that you personally are in charge of the clan war requirements. Let you know, from a personal standpoint, I love the variety, mate. Love the variety. Cool. But after speaking to my clan itself, I think, you know what, there's an emphasis now on getting outside and playing the physical game with the 1,500 greenie points required for level 5. I'm a level 5 clan. So 1,500 greenie points required for a level 5 clan per person. So I went, oh, that's interesting. So that is our little main component for our clan this month. So there you go.
Yeah, wanted to do things a little bit different than what we've done in the past, because in the past, it could have been greenie deploys, it could have been greenie captures, but we didn't necessarily work with greenie points. And now that you've got the ability to play with greenies every day, then I was just looking at it and like, here's what makes sense. It makes sense that it be a points category. So that's good. I'm glad. I do think that hopefully it will encourage actual outdoor walking movement gameplay, because the other thing that has happened that I've relied on for at least a year, probably more, is just kind of the number of crates that had to be opened. I knew that was physical gameplay. However, we all know that, that could be tree houses, that could be magnetizing a single greenie or a single element, So there are a lot of ways around movement. But when it's greenies points, there is no way around movement.
Exactly.
It has to happen.
And I like the fact that you put greenies points as well, because then it's not just you have to get out there and cap everything, but it's also if you deploy a greenie, those points count. If the cap-ons from other people capping your greenie, those points count. So it's points in general. It's not just capping itself. So I think I like that, Rob. Anyway, we're going to move on. Before we do, though, obviously the squirrel came out today as we record this. This is Wednesday, the 3rd, and the squirrel has hit the store for premium members only. And I'll say now, Rob, I heard squeals galore, and not just from my latest referral, but also my clan members as well. One of my clan members, she's got bunnies and stuff, and she's an animal lover, and she saw the squirrel, and she's gone nuts, mate. She's gone nuts with the squirrel, just saying. So. Yeah,
well, that's good. Yeah. That as I said earlier, I we have a squirrel like in our backyard that I enjoy feeding, and so yeah, this was the one that was my choice to come back first. All of these little cute baby animals are from the game previously, 2019, 2021. We released them, and so some of them have associated badges with them. So this one has come out with a badge, and from our survey, people varying opinions, and we know that's going to happen online as well. But yeah, this one is bringing back that old badge. So there's a lot of people who may not have earned that one, and now they can again. Plus, there's
There we go.
badges associated with capturing all the baby animals. So if you never got those badges, or if you made it, 2/3 of the way through them, well, now you can keep going. So
that's really cool. No, as I said, Rob, I think personally, everyone has been loving this, and well done. If you don't know what it is in the premium only section, so you have to be a premium member. It is part of the premium Clan War requirements for the upper end. At the same time, just go to the premium section, and it's free. It costs you nothing at all. It's a squirrel TPOB. TPOB stands for Temporary Player Owned Bouncer. So this will only be on the map for this month, Rob. That's it?
Yes, it will be archived on the 1st. Similar to how it said that the squirrel was going to be available in the Redeem store on August 3rd, it will be archived. It was going to be available on July 3rd. It wasn't late. The fact that it was an hour and a half past the beginning of the Clan Wars, I have to do it manually. So the same thing will be true with the archival. I will do it manually, so it will happen on the 1st of August.
Rob, you're not going to set your alarm for midnight Munzee HQ time or midnight +1?
I don't like waking up at 6 a.m. in the UK. No, especially not just to push a button in Munzee. I promise you that it'll happen when I'm awake. Thank you, everyone.
It's done now. But those people who are not premium members, and that's okay, you can still cap these if you see them on a Munzee of sorts. So that's not stopping you capping it, just stopping you from owning one. So there we go. All right, Rob, we have, moving on now, a heap are asking about the Mailbox. Now, this Mailbox was advertised. It was advertised last month, Rob, and it was talking about tripling your points on a couple of the weekends this month.
Yeah.
Now, there's been talk again in the water cooler. What's happened? What is this Mailbox? When's it coming out? All that sort of stuff. What have you got for us?
Why is it that people expect that we're going to do the same types of things every year? Like we're going to announce 400 projects and all kinds of crazy things on July 1st or before July 1st for the birthday? No, we don't do things the same way every time. However, I will say, you'll notice that the triple points are for the final 2 weekends of this month, which gives you a slight hint and an indication as to when you might see a Mailbox pop up before those 2 weekends. Next.
Okay, Rob, next. Well, we're going to quickly go over the Garden of the Month winners because I love this about Munzee as well. If you don't know what the Garden of the Months are, or if you don't know what gardens are at all, go to the actual Facebook page, and there's a Munzee Gardens Facebook page. On there, you can actually deploy in everyone else's garden around, and if you do your own garden, you can advertise in there. You can also do it on Discord, but do it on Facebook pages as well. Now, what happens, Rob, and I didn't believe this until a couple of months ago when I was a deployer in a garden that won. If you deploy even one Munzee in a garden that wins the Garden of the Month, you get a badge. Yeah. So if that's not incentive enough for people out there to jump on these pages, jump on gardens, and at least one Munzee in every garden that you can, you have to do it. You have to do it. Badges alone. I know Eagle Dad, because he loves his badges. Yeah. I know he personally has, I think, a Munzee in every single garden out there, to be honest with you.
He definitely tries.
He's assured of 1 or 2 extra badges every month.
One of the gardens from this month, or from June, one of them only had like 30 different players that had deployed in it. So there's only 30 people with that badge, which is kind of cool.
One badge.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's important. And remember that the design is what it's based on. So if you just make a triangle or a square like I do, you're probably not going to get Garden of the Month, unless of course you're the president, and then you can give yourself Garden of the Month. But that's not how it works, everyone. So yeah, look for pretty gardens to deploy in. That's my suggestion to you. Yep.
Exactly. And if you want to build your own garden, you've never built one before, at this point in time, you can have a look still on YouTube. Carson, a Buckeye Casher 111, has a great YouTube video out there showing you how to create your own garden. At this point in time, things may change soon enough, but we'll see when they do. Meanwhile, Rob, let's get on to these enchanted ingredients that come out, because I think personally these are going to take the longest to explain. Firstly, what are these enchanted ingredients? How many are there? What do we have to do?
Well, that's a great question. We've got 5 minutes, I would say. And in 5 minutes, we can talk about the 5 ingredients and the cupcake that is made from those 5 ingredients. So, all of these are T-Pobs. As you explained
Mm-hmm.
just a second ago, that's a temporary player owned bouncer. The temporary part is the fact that it's only on the map for a certain number of caps or for a certain number of days. So for the ingredients, the enchanted ingredients, they're all on the map for 10 days. The
Mm-hmm.
cupcake itself is different. So let's just talk about those first. These are similar to the mechs that we have. That's probably the easiest way to explain what they are to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that means that they work is that they are available on the map to be captured 10 times. That's the number for each of the ingredients. So there are different ways to earn them. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. And you can redeem them in order to launch another one. Those are available right now in the event section of the Redeem store, which means that you have to use cake. The fact that we set some of these up to be available without attending events means that we may also, if you earn it, we may in the future set up some additional ways for you to be able to rebuild and relaunch those ingredients because you can get them from different sources right now. So there you go. That's the highlights of it.
So I can see, I'm reading itself now. There's 6 in total. 5 you can earn, and then 1, the last one, is you automatically get it if you earn the 5. So there's 6 in total. Firstly, there's enchanted sugar, flour, egg, butter, and cream. Obviously, everything, all the ingredients to make up a cupcake. Now, there's different ways to earn these different things. So enchanted sugar, I like the way you did this, Rob. It's very similar to the way you did the Ewoks recently as well, which I really enjoy. So the sugar itself, you can guarantee a sugar if you go to a baker's dozen event, hence the reason why you've now got them circled in pink, so you can get to that. And there's also a chance for you to earn the sugar when you deploy prize wheels, surprise wheels, or red and blue bounty ships from resellers. So you've got a chance if you can deploy those if you can't get to an event. Flour you have by capping event pins. Again, it's a chance by capping event pins. And there's also a chance if you can't get to an event by deploying virtual sapphires, onyx, citrines, or virtual rums. So that's what you can do for flour. Egg, the next one itself, again, is a chance. And this chance is when you deploy any greeting card. So again, get your greeting cards out there, people, for all the events, etc. as well. Or your friends, if they can't get an event, deploy some cards for your friends and clan people. Next is butter. Butter, you can purchase the butter now. You have to purchase this butter. It's in-app store for 500 Zeds. In other words, in-app store meaning on your phone. So that's all that one there, 500 Zeds, and you've instantly got butter. I've got the butter. Next is the cream. Now, the cream, you have to go to the webpage, and in the webpage in the Redeem store, you can trade 1 ruby and 1 flat loo in the miscellaneous section of the Redeem store, and you get yourself a cream. I've got cream, Rob, as well, just saying.
Nice.
The easiest way to get to the Redeem store, if you're on your phone, is through Kappa Z. That's right, Kappa Z. I tell you, Rob, Kappa Z is the way to go. And then if you get all of those, you get the Baker's Dozen cupcake. Now, that cupcake itself is a temporary owned bouncer as well. And so it'll go, but you can, as you said before, Rob, you can, if you get to that level, you can then redeem more cupcakes for cake at this point in time, for your cake credits.
The cupcake is also a tier 3 T-Pob bouncer, as if it is one of the event balloons. So that means that it stays on the map for 50 captures, if I remember the actual numbers correctly. So it's more expensive in terms of cake in order to rebuild and relaunch it. However, it stays on for 50 caps. So it's
like
it's nice.
The Lunar Dragon.
Yeah, it is that. It's the equivalent of that. Yeah.
It's the equivalent. So it's the same level as the Lunar Drake. Oh, that's nice.
So
Rob.
we
That's
also
nice.
learned a few things about what players were not terribly excited about with the
Mm-hmm.
Ewoks event that you mentioned. We
Mm-hmm.
do know, mainly because I'm the one who built the percentages, that it was a little bit difficult, wasn't it,
Yes.
to get to those. When Mari builds the percentages, like she did for the Enchanted Ingredients,
Oh,
you'll probably find that things work out a little bit nicer.
yeah.
In particular with the greeting cards.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone doesn't have to sit on their hands and think, "There's no way, no way I'm going to get one of these." Your
Mm-hmm.
chances are greatly increased, and that's across the board for all three of the ones that have the ability
Right.
for you to try and deploy to earn. Also, if you're
Right.
going to one of these events, the first one, the sugar, is guaranteed when you
Mm-hmm.
capture the event indicator, but only if you're at a baker's dozen event, so not
Yes.
the normal event. The other thing is, with the enchanted flower, when you're capping event pins, your chances are going to be really good. They are not
Mm-hmm.
100%, so there is no guarantee, but they are really good that you're going to get one. So the more of those event pens you cap, the more
Mm-hmm.
likely you will be to end up with quite a bit of flour flying all over the map.
At the same time, for those event hosts, thank you so much, by the way, with the event hosts.
Yeah.
If you guys put out all your 50 pins, then everyone is going to want to come to that event, and everyone's going to be happy with the 50 pins. Because even if they don't get the actual the teapot, Rob, the 50 pins is more cake for when they do get it. They can actually, redeem from there. So yes, the more pins, the better.
Yep.
Just saying, for every person out there hosting the event. And again, thank you so much to all the event hosts. You do a great job out there as well. So,
yes.
All right, Rob. Anything else you want to add to that?
No. I think we covered it.
I think it's I think we did a great job
Everyone
covering
can read it. However, we've read it very well.
Yeah.
Pat on the back.
Even if you can't understand my accent sometimes, because I say things wrong, Sam.
A few of your words, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's
exactly.
It still comes through. Yeah, all good.
All right, mate. We're going to move on now to the Munzee question of the week, and this question of the week came in from Mecca MN. Now, she was traveling around with Minnesota boy. I had to say his name. That's all.
We made it.
And she asked, if Evo bounces are going to be a requirement on Clan Wars, is it possible for Munzee to create a filter for it within the app? Because she was going back and forth between Cuppa-Z and Munzee. She said it was very confusing and time-consuming, especially while she's out, Tim was driving, for instance, and she was in the passenger seat trying to cap these things. And, you still have to keep up to the speed limit. You can't crawl at 5 miles an hour, just saying. So is that going to happen, Rob?
Is it going to happen? I couldn't even begin to tell you. However, this is a great question. Sounds like a reasonable request. I don't know when the time frame of something like that would be, and it definitely depends on. There's a couple of factors, but yeah, I'll look this over and probably push it onto the team.
Oh, there you go. So again, people, Munzee questions of the weeks and feedbacks is very much welcome. Meanwhile, we do have feedback as well because, Rob, people can now comment and give us fan mail. That's right, fan mail on our official Buzzsprout site, the Munzee podcast at buzzsprout.com. That official Munzee Buzzsprout site, you can get some fan mail. We've got some fan mail, Rob.
Hey.
We got some fan mail from Munzee Prof, and he said, thanks for the tips. This is obviously a couple of weeks ago. Thanks for the tip on the universals. I capped almost 1,300 of them for over 71,000 points. Remember that week, Rob, where everything was double points?
I do.
Yeah, you do. So again, though, if this isn't an incentive to get out there and get yourself the new universal before it goes, you need to do that because this may happen again at some point in time because it went really well. Yeah. Everyone loved it. Yeah. Everyone loves it. It's going to happen again. So there you go. Get yourself the new universal ASAP. Rob, we're going to end now with the tip of the week. This tip comes from me again.
Hey, someone please send us a tip.
Exactly. People send me tips. Send me tips and not the financial tips like you normally USA do. But anyway, mind you, that would be welcome. Rob, I'm going to say this. Use Cuppa-Z to find those special Munzees out there. Now, I didn't know what these special you call them tourism Munzees, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were until I found a couple of Dale and Barb's traveling ones. You know, those physical traveling ones.
Yeah.
They're rare. There's
Road
only one in
warriors.
each state.
Yeah.
Road warriors, right? So I found one of those, and all of a sudden I was like anything. I was hooked. I was addicted to find all the rest of those road warriors. And so I opened up the Cup of Z app, look under the special tourism Munzees. There's not just road warriors, Rob.
Yeah.
There's Garfield. There's these Canada things. That fire that I found in Utah the other week as well. Like, I'm like, what the? So what I'm saying is use Cup of Z's to find those tourism Munzees out there, because I'm doing a road trip at the moment, Rob, circle road trip up to Ohio for that event. And in my road trip, seriously, I ducked left, right, and center to try and find some special tourism Munzees.
That's cool.
You normally do that for high favorited geocaches, but now I'm doing it for Munzee. What's wrong with me, Rob?
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. And we'll carve out some time to talk about a few of those tourism Munzees, maybe next episode. Depends on how much we have to talk about from the birthday month.
Exactly. I'm going to say it's going to be a lot. So anyway, all right, Rob, guess what? That ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app. And you can also leave fan mail. But you can join us again next week for another informative episode.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep that Munzee spirit alive. Rob, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.